What a view in here. Jesus. And there's water down there. This would be a perfect good spot to camp if you wanted to. Wow. Look at you, big boy. Look at those horns. Right at the gate for Highway 40. That's kind of impressive. Where are all your ladies? Those big horns. My goodness. Okay. First backpack of the year. That is just... it's daunting. It's intimidating. First one of the year, it just is. It is. You don't know what snow levels are going to be like. You just build it up in your head a little bit. Yeah, I've been planning. So much planning this year because of COVID. Everything, that changed everything so much. So, you know what? It's just, I just have to get out here and see what happens. All right, and accept that I'm going to have to turn back. That's the bottom line. I am in Highwood Valley and I'm parked at Baril Creek. Yeah, I'm going to hike into James Lake today. Should be, you know, relatively easy, nice 12 kilometers. Not just me in this parking lot. And ultimately, it is just one step at a time, right? That's all you got. All right, I'm actually gonna go and hike a chunk of the Great Divide Trail on this one. So I'm gonna be seeing, this is one of the access trails slash side trails. So I'm actually going to be seeing blue blazes on this. Like that. So they take their cue from some of the American long distance trails. Well, a little climb to start. Nice thing about this is I've done the first 3 or 4 kilometers of this through the snow on the way back from trying to go up Coyote. Man, I need to pace myself. It's my first backpack. Not just that, this is going to be a very big summer of backpacking and hiking. And I need to pace myself for all that, right? I mean, you know, like, yeah. But, yeah, after hundreds of kilometers of day hiking, it sure is different to have a big backpack on your back, that's for sure. I forgot. This area you could explore for a while, you know. So I'm using an old logging road, according to the book. There's another logging road up here. You can see this ledge. I think it just joins up with mine. Now here, there's something that goes down to Baril Creek. See, you can see it's just clear. It's clear as day. Yeah, you could just run around in here for a while, just checking stuff out. Hey, look right there. Looks like something else goes down. Well, this is pretty expected stuff, right? It is early June. It's runoff. Ugh. And it's just how she goes. Got to deal with mud and puddles. Yeah, I'll take it. I already crossed this guy. I'm grateful for my big lumbering boots that allow me to just not even worry about getting my feet wet. This isn't a provincial park or a national park, so there tends to be little renegade camp spots. This is my first break of the day. I'm only like 600 meters, but my first break of the entire summer. Gotta pace myself, right? Lots and lots of kilometers to hike. Baril Creek. You pretty much hike down here away from it, but you can easily, whenever you want, you can come up and get a little shot of it. All right. Okay, well, what a weird discovery. All right, so there's the trail as my pack. I dumped it. That's going down there. Here's another little logging road. At the top of the logging road is some kind of old structure. Well, that's not all that unusual. Well, I found someone's stuff. It's old. It's been here a while. Inside the Ziploc bag, there's a container. I already went in here. And there's a name and a date, September 24th, 2019. There's even like an unspent shotgun shell in there. There's a few, well, these are shells. That one in there is actually, yeah, an entire bullet. Now, not just that, here's some keys. Well, all right then. Pair of boots there, cowboy boots, a couple of, see, there's 3 different ball caps, some old styly canteen that no one ever uses anymore. Yeah, how strange. Well, I am coming back here, along here, off my backpack. I might gather up those keys, you know, like, is this somebody who's missing or what? Like, what? Yeah. I don't know. Well, I'll make that decision in a few days. I'll be back here. That's a strange sight. I looked around for, like, you know, a body hanging from the trees or something. I mean, that's kind of, yikes. Ah, yeah, whatever culvert was underneath this road has failed now. That's kind of cool. All right, so make sure I don't collapse in there. Well, I know this is an old logging road, but yeah. Well, I think I can expect a lot of this over the next few days. It is early June. It is a runoff. Well, when I did Coyote, one of the hills over there, I climbed up to this trail and popped out, and this is roughly where. So, on to new trail. It's always exciting. Well, there's certainly no lack of water along this trail. Ugh. Sometimes it's just nice like this. There's some horse dung on here. Other times it's walking around puddles and stuff. But yeah, the body is finally starting to get warmed up. You know, you got to get your legs into it. You got to get your feet kind of awakened, and your knees and your back, all that stuff. Your breakfast needs to digest a little bit. You know, a big, massive bowl of Raisin Bran and then a large double Dulva from Tim's. So yeah, once that starts to work its way through too, you start feeling a little less winded. Jeez, this just keeps happening. To think that I was not going to bring my big boots that you can just walk in the water until they get up over the lip and they'll stay dry. I would have already shed my normal hiking boots like 5 times by now. Maybe not that much, but I think my feet would definitely have been wet already. It's not the greatest way to start, so glad I got the big boots. I don't have a lot of experience hiking in public land use zones and stuff. I think this is pretty normal. You will find little encampments all over the place. No evidence of a fire, no evidence of it being used for quite a while, but it's here. Well, there's an unwelcome sight. I'm not sure what I'm going to encounter up there, right? So, starting to see snow now. Let's hope there's not a dramatic increase. Well, that big monster, which represents the Great Divide, is getting closer and closer and closer. That is old. These are the first signs I've seen, so it must be, oh yeah. I'm at the intersection for Baril Creek. Sign theft costs lives. I've never seen that. I've seen that on a sign before. Yeah. Pretty major, massive intersection, that's for sure. Baril Creek snowmobile. This is where I'm coming out of. Then I'm gonna go back down the same way, 5.2. Boy, only 5.2. It takes getting used to just how long it takes to do kilometers now, man. Starting to open up, starting to get nice. Boy, walking up to this guy, I knew there was supposed to be a bridge, but we're just looking in here, and then the trail kind of comes a little bit left. Thank God for small favors, man. This creek is running high. There's even some old beat up bridge. Thank God for bridge builders, because I would have had a hard time dealing with this. Yeah, someone made a little fire here. Well, after climbing a little hill, I'm at the intersection now for Fitzsimmons Creek. This is where I go. There's a little sign there with, talks about snowmobiling. And then up here in the woods here, I found this. Just whipped into the woods. So, not sure if that's supposed to apply to that, or there's definitely a little bit of commentary going on with this being whipped into the forest, but whatever. Oh my God. What a view. Oh, hello, Great Divide. Okay, so I'm on a cut line, but the book tells me to go here and then turn right, and then you go back to that cut line. All right, trust the book. Okay, I might have come like 100 meters down that trail. It keeps going down there, wherever that goes. And, I mean, it's supposed to turn right immediately, so that's possible. Another little old encampment. All right, it can get pretty confusing here pretty fast, so trusting the book. A lot of places to run around in here if you wanted to. Okay, so I've come back to that cut line. What a mess. All right, so down there, I turned left on the wrong trail. But I came out over here and I came back up. This is where I was supposed to turn left, and it is marked. So left and then immediately right. But look at this. You can keep going on the cut line. That's one. There's two down there where I'm going to go. There's three down that way. 4, and then 5. This is a 5-way intersection. Like, and I turned up the wrong way, but it turned out all right. It's marked with the blue. Just follow the GDT blue markers. See, there's a blue marker going up here. Good Lord. Okay, all that little trail was bring me around this. And Now I'm supposed to go up over this. All right then. Cool. This was a sawmill site. All right, I guess they try to block this off from the snowmobilers at some point. I came down that little hill. This is definitely one of the roads I was kind of fumbling around on in there someplace. What a view in here. Jesus. And there's water down there. This would be a perfectly good spot to camp if you wanted to. Wow. This is what an old sawmill site looks like. I'm surprised there's not big piles of sawdust hanging around. Well, clearly some kind of old encampment. This probably has nothing to do with the actual sawmill, especially because a bunch of fresh wood over here being cut. Chainsaws mean definitely mean quads or horses or something. All right, hikers don't walk around with chainsaws. I was thinking I was probably finding a bunch of garbage back here. But you know what? I approve. Look, all the horse crap, they shoveled it out and brought it in here. You got old hay, and then they wrapped up some hay in tarps. So maybe an outfitting company comes out here. Hey, you know, good for them. They shoveled their horse dung out. Cool. Well, I did not think I'd be hanging around in this meadow for like half hour, just kind of walk around exploring, but hey, you know, if you're not, if you just have a nice light day, you're not too worried about it. Got lots of time. All right, this is the second intersection with Fitzsimmons Creek. There's two trails. Make note of that and carry on. That is a fantastic sign. I love it. That is total truth right there. Well, sue me. I love stuff like this. Just past that meadow, now there's another big outfitter camp. This is the kind of stuff people pay thousands of dollars to these outfitters to bring them out here. Right, into nature. Had some pretty cool camps. There used to be a cabin out here. Like, this is a massive, not massive, it's a big pile of logs, and they're all old. So they're just cast aside. Obviously, they're not going to burn them or anything, or they'd have done that long ago. Huh. Yeah, I kind of wondered if I'd find this or not. I'm surprised they don't just go buy. Like, there must be some wholesaler that sells those big plastic ones that the national parks use. They'll probably last a bajillion years. Yeah, well, they just built their own. Well, there goes the cut line or whatever up there. And turn in with the snowmobilers, and there's a bridge, apparently, fiberglass bridge. What can I say? I've never paid money to outfitters to bring me somewhere like that. I've done it a little bit as a kid, you know, and I went to camp when I was a kid. Went on a few horse trips, but yeah, I've never seen, oh, sweet. And I've never been out here. I've only seen, you know, like horse equestrian sites in the national parks and stuff, so, yeah. Cool. You need the gear, transceiver, probe, shovel, and know how to use them. Okay, so I think that means like for avalanche. Oh yeah, well duh, right above it says avalanche. Some people are like writing commentary on these things. It's kind of funny. a little commentary. Remember the sign at the beginning of the trail that said Mountain Equipment Co-op sponsored the rebuild of this trail? That's why I love shopping there, because that other bridge, this bridge is pretty newish, and that other bridge was 2017. So after the 2013 floods, their money pretty much built those two bridges. So yeah, that's why I love to shop there. I don't mind giving them my money. Mount Armstrong is such a beast. So dramatic. My Lord. Whew. Boy, I'm glad to have the book and these blue markers, because I swear to God, I've come across 15 different places where I could have made a wrong decision. So it is just a swarm of snowmobile and old logging roads, and yeah, it is crazy. Fun, fun, fun. I'm gonna have to cross this pretty soon. In the meantime though, I keep following the blue markers. They are very handy, let me tell you. Okay. Now I might be able to use that log there to give myself some balance. But yeah, well, I knew the water was running high. It shouldn't be too much of a problem, but yeah, interesting. Well, it came up to just about my knee. One thing about putting on the Crocs for this is that a rock, I mean, this thing is pushing rocks along. A rock came along and gave my ankle a little bump. So imagine if that was a real size rock, right? Well, that's one risk of taking the boots off. Anyway, I'm gonna get my feet in this again and my knees in. Do a little body maintenance while I'm here. It's funny, I popped out over there, but I can clearly see there's a blue. So I didn't use this log, but I think it's clearly been put here to help people cross. So if they want to, they can just use their balance. Oh yeah, there's even... Look, I could have... Ah. Oh well, I made it across just fine. Well, got all that done. If you take your time and do things properly, put your socks on and everything properly, it takes like half hour to do a crossing. And now I gotta dry my Crocs off, so they're hanging off the back of my bag. Because normally there's my walk around camp footwear, right? Instead of having the hiking shoes on non-stop. But, oh well. Cool, I found the GDT. I guess they use like orange, kind of reddish. And we got, yeah, look at all this. Good for them. Only been one person out this far. At least one person that's signed. May 9th. Now here's me. June 2nd. Up for 4 days, exploring. Heading south after coming from Baril Creek. All 3/2.5 bridges are fine. Shout out to anyone who has watched me on YouTube. I'll ever register. There's not that many entries in this one, only like 5 or 6, but I thought about doing the Great Divide Trail, but it's just, you know, it just became very, very complicated with COVID and how do you get hitchhiking, you know, when no one's going to pick you up and hostels are closed and supplies areas are closed, and oh well, come out here and do a little, you know, I'm going to do a good little chunk of it actually. Glad I'm paying attention to the book, because here I'm thinking I'm just going to keep going up that way. No. Get out the book, I'm supposed to turn right. All right then. Head off to James Lake. Awesome, I'm here. James Lake. Oh man. Well, the drainage coming out of the lake is got a lot of moss and stuff, but it's still a mountain lake. Still going to be nice clear water, so this is definitely going to be the water source. Well, I wasn't real sure what to expect. There's kind of a cooking area. There's two of them. The big one's up here, and like literally I'm 30 feet away, 40 feet away. Oh boy. A little more effort. I mean, wander into the woods a little farther. It's nice open country. You're not going to get lost. All right. I was kind of looking around for somewhere to set up a tent, and instead I found people's you don't want to be sweeping this aside. So you got a nice big one here, right? Dump my bag down there because there's another one down there, and there's a lake. There's actually a bit of a logging road up here that goes God knows where, right? That's cool. I assume that's on purpose. Pretty old log, but that's a fair bear hang. Well, this is pretty outstanding. Not much of a lake. I feel like I could actually walk straight across it, but hey man, a mountain lake is a mountain lake. And it's pretty sweet. Having some 3-bean chili. I think it's made good to go. It's left over from last year's North Boundary Trail, so I had a few suppers left, so just trying to burn them off. Boy, I gotta make sure that on the first day, especially of the season, that I don't eat snacks, because I'm having a real problem finishing this off. It's okay as far as tastiness, it's just that, I didn't even eat. I ate one. I ate my Cliff Bar. I didn't eat my fruit strip. My fruit bar, and yeah, my hiker hunger hasn't kicked in, and you can talk calories all you want. Try and eat 1,500 calories of stuff like this, or 2,000 in a day, and you'll have problems. All right, it's very, very hearty stuff. Pretty nice little outlet stream, pretty solid water source. Usually they are, especially this close to the Great Divide. There's a piece of snow, but it's been great. There's been very little. I'm pretty happy that I saw the first bit of snow like at, 4 kilometers in, and never really became a thing, so. This is something new. I picked up a bear bag this summer, or this winter. I'm going to a lot of places where I'm not sure if there's going to be any bear hang, so I figured I should just, then I could just take that stress off my back. So I'm going to try just hanging it up the way I would with a normal dry sack. And I mean, this thing isn't waterproof, but I mean, so it gets wet, goes in my pack, but dry sack, that's the same thing, right? It gets wet, and you got to deal with it. So let's see how this works out. There, that's about as good a bear hang as you can ever do. It's actually really hard to make a proper bear hang. You got to be so many feet off the ground, 5 feet from each tree, and 5 feet off that. It's very, very difficult. And that's another reason why I bought the bear bag, because, let's see, even if a bear managed to get at this, now he has to get into the bag, which is designed to stop, right? So, see, and most of the time people can't do this, right? They will, this will be like 2 feet away over here, 2 feet away over here, right close up there. A bear can get at any of those, right? It'll climb up, no problem, reach out, swipe with its sharp claws, and slice it right open. Right? So, it's another reason to get that bear bag is, it's actually very, very hard to do a proper bear hang. And most people don't get it. That's another thing that's new this year. This is the shakedown hike.
Usually people don't do 4-day hikes for their shakedown hike, but I got a Garmin InReach Mini. It'll be handy, I guess, for, you know, if you want rides and stuff. You just set up preset texts, and you can send those as much as you like. And you get 10 like real texts. Yeah. So anyway, I guess this will add a little something. By the way, in case you don't know, a shakedown hike is the first hike of the year, first backpack, I should say, where you just kind of get your gear out and make sure it all still works, and you know, figure your body out, make sure your body can still do it, all that fun stuff. Just kick all the kinks out. Well, it's only 8:30, but I mean, I can only stare blankly at mountains for so long, and you know, it's starting to cool off, so I'm gonna hit the hay and probably lie awake for a few hours. It gets dark, I'll eventually fall asleep. See you tomorrow.